What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Sad Boy Slaps. This is Captain Mingo here from the Jersey Devils. And if you guys would like to join my Metazoo Empire, link down to the description below where you can join that. I post all of the new stuff on the Discord so you don't have to dig through the Discord. And I will be doing another giveaway at 250 subs, so stay tuned for that. I will be giving away some more dice pretty soon also, so shout out to Droobies, that's our sponsor. If you would like to pick up your very own dice and choose your colors and everything, I'll link the store down below. You can just message him on Instagram and get them that way. And in today's video, we're actually going to be doing something pretty fun. Zane Hill, one of our team members, he's the vice captain of the Jersey Devils. He created a hand control cosmic deck, which is really annoying because, like, I've lost it quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Just being able to look at your opponent's hands all the time and just mind probing and ditching away whatever cards they need to get rid of. Not only that, but I would say this is more of a control cosmic build because he runs a lot of removal, which cosmic doesn't normally run. They're more of a spam base. This is not that. So I'll be doing that video today, and I will also be doing another video later on today, which is another Jersey Devils member. His name is Nick. I'm going to be doing the profile he took to Long Beach Collecticon, and then I will also be doing a new updated video on his. I'm just waiting to get a couple cards because I don't have Walking Sam or Spirit Train, so I'm just waiting on those coming in. And yeah, I decided to come out to the cabin for my birthday, and I still want to record Metazoo because honestly it's fun, it's beautiful out here, and it's very nice and peaceful, so I thought I could get a couple videos out for you guys. I finally joined the 27 club. Where's my white lighter? I'm joking, but yeah, let's get into this video without further ado. Oh, also, if you want to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on all of my videos, and comment down below what you guys think. I'd muchly appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright guys, so let's get into this deck profile. First off, we run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's running 10 Cosmic Aura. So let's just put this over here to the side with 2 black hole shards. I feel like this is pretty standard for cosmic builds in general. He's running 4 lightning in a bottle, which is pretty nice because a lot of people don't like the potions, but this makes his deck be able to go more aggressively, especially if he lightning in a bottle's Crawford's. Because we'll get to that card in a sec, but it's pretty nasty. He's playing 1 Stars Terra. Now let's get into the 1-drops. It is 1 New Year's New Beginnings. We search our hand, so whatever cards we don't need, like let's say we have a dead hand, we could just use this and dump our hand and our opponent's hand, which is pretty nice. We run 2 Bookmark, so that's pretty standard. We run Laser Beam Upgrade. This is a card I kind of do want to talk about. We'll put it over here to the side, but you can equip this artifact to Beastie, and equipped Beastie gains text. You may target fatigue this Beastie, and if you do, target Beastie or caster loses 30 life points. Now you might be thinking, hey, that's not that good, right? Well, I'll tell you something, it's pretty nasty because you can actually use this to get rid of Omnicooks if you're going against Burrow, because it's through page text, so that goes through Burrow, which is pretty nice. Not a lot of people know about that, but that's what this is used for. And in the Dragons match, he could just use this to take out a Sky Snake, which is pretty scary. 30 damage is pretty good. What I like to do is you can equip this to a spirit, so like your Dark Watchers and or your Fresno, and then use this effect on them so that it's protected. So this card's pretty good. Next, we run 2 Dark Watchers. Dark Watchers are very standard in alien builds. It's really good, and for those of you who do not know, This beastie cannot attack fatigued beasties, first of all, but you can use its power to reveal the top 3 cards of your spellbook. If it's a Terra or Aura page revealed, place it into your chapter. Place the remaining pages on top of your spellbook in any order. So he lets us stack our deck, and if we have an aura, it lets us gather that aura. So this is one of the few decks where you don't need to worry about like if you have one aura or two auras in your hand, you should be fine with this deck. If you can get to your Dark Watchers and just keep doing that, you should not have to worry about aura. So that's what's really good about Cosmic. Next, we run into two Fresno Nightcrawlers. He's a spirit with fleet, and what you can do is on contract, you can use any card that's not Cosmic. So, like for instance, these cards, for example, you can shuffle them back into the deck and draw the same amount, which is pretty nice. Another thing I forgot to add about Dark Watchers, which makes him pretty good, is he has Confusion and Paralyze on his attack. So if you ever are done, like let's say you get up to, I think 5 aura. Once you get 5 aura in this deck, it doesn't matter if you have any more. Like the more the better, but you want to get to 5 in this deck. So you could sack your Dark Watchers if there's a problem monster, and you could put Confusion and Paralyze on them, which is pretty nice, as long as you do the coin flips for those, and they do land on what they had to do. Next, we run 5 Lizard People. Pretty standard. He searches any one of these monsters out here. They are all alien, which is pretty nice. This is an alien deck. Having a searcher at 5 is pretty nice. 6 is a little too much. It can get clunky. This is a 45 card deck. Next, we run 1 Van Meter for our 3-drop. Van Meter is pretty cool because on contract, you may shine a flashlight on the beastie targeted by this beastie's flash, because he does have flash and flying. If you do that, beastie is inflicted with Confusion. The coin flip for Confusion is tails. So if there's a problem monster, like let's say you're in a mirror match and you're going up against a Fresno Nightcrawler, you can use this ability to put that on Fresno Nightcrawler, and whenever he attacks, he's just going to kill himself. So that's a pretty good contract effect. We can bounce him back up with Alver the Entity to reuse that too, which is pretty nice. And his attack effect is you may fatigue any number of Cosmic Aura pages you control. This attack deals plus 20 damage for each Aura page fatigued. So we can also use this to go for big swinging, which is pretty nice. He only runs this at 1, and it is a 3 per deck. So by all means, if you want to tweak this to your own liking and want to run more of these, you can. These are just the blueprints. Next, we run 2 Transfiguration. This card is better than Abduction, just because we're not relying on the Terra. And not only that, but if we put this on, if you guys don't know what this card does, we can put this on a target beastie. It loses all text, traits, 4th wall symbols, and recovers its maximum HP, and its type becomes neutral. So he becomes a sheep token with 10 HP and 10 attack. So we can use this, put it on a Quetz, easily take out that Quetz. Pretty good card. Yeah, we can just throw this on any monster. Something that's not spellproof, obviously, but yeah. Next, we run 1 Bookmark Blue. Reveal the top 4 pages of your spellbook. Place 2 pages on the top or bottom of your deck, and then place the other 2 in your hand. So that card's pretty good, just to help us get through the cards faster. We do play 1 new Flatwoods. This card is insane. This beastie deals 100 plus damage if you have seen a real UFO before this game. On contract, you can declare a page type, including an aura page, until the start of your next turn, or until this beastie leaves the arena. Casters cannot perform actions with page type. So if you call aura page, you're locking your opponent and yourself out of placing another aura, so that's pretty crazy. And he can inflict all beasties and casters with 1 poison with his attack, so he's a pretty nasty card. What you can do is use this card, Alver the Entity, to bounce him back and anything else and keep that loop going, but this deck isn't going for that. Usually you want 2 of these for that. On contract, you may return any number of non-token Cosmic Beasties you control to the owner's hand. This turn, the next beastie, Cosmic Beastie you contract costs 1 less aura for each beastie you contracted this turn. So if you bounce 4, you can easily just free a 4-drop, so that's pretty nice. but it only works on the next beastie you control. So you can't do like 2 Fresnos. It has to be 1 monster. Next, Reptoid Ruler. This is pretty standard. We can use its attack effect to give all of our other alien beasties a boost, or we could try to take control of our opponent's monster, so he's pretty standard for Cosmic. Next, we are getting into Crawfordsville Monster. This card is disgusting, first of all. So on contract, if there's a real kite with an eyesight, the caster reveals their hand. And arena effect is whenever an effect reveals an opponent's hand, they lose. You can choose a target beastie, or the caster loses 20 life points. And on his attack, you reveal the caster's hand with 3 burns. So that's pretty nasty. Not only that, but if you have stars out, you're attacking for 65 and he has 90 life. He is kind of hard to get rid of. And next we are going into Mind Probe. This card is disgusting, especially paired with Crawfordsville Monster. Target opposing caster reveals their hand, so that would trigger this guy's effect, so you can just do minus 20 on whatever you want. Then separate their chapter into 2 piles. That caster chooses the pile they place into the cemetery. If the opposing caster selects a pile with more pages than the other pile, deal 100 damage to that caster and place this spell into the afterlife. So yeah, you can pick 2 of their good cards to send to the graveyard, and if they choose to send the hand with more because they really want those 2 cards, they are doing minus 100 life, which makes that really, really strong, and you chip down at your opponent super fast with that. Next, we are running 1 Supernatural Black Hole. We use this just as a board wipe. Honestly, if I could run a board wipe in every deck, I would. I feel like that's something necessary, because if you're playing a deck and it does not have a board wipe, it is pretty hard to come back, especially when you get board wiped. So I'm super glad Cosmic got that one. But yeah, this is the main deck. It's pretty nice. Let's get into the side deck. But yeah, I'm really liking this build so far. It's different from like the Grays build, and it's different from how Cosmic was normally ran. What's cool too is in our side deck we run something so that we could do the Flatwoods Alverde Entity loop. So let's get into the 0 drops. We run 2 Absorb Aura. We can use this to pop our Black Artifact Shield to draw a card and generate 1 Cosmic Aura, which is pretty nice. Or we can use it to take out our opponent's artifacts. Aurifacts, at least I would say. We run 2 Void Spell. Void Spell is good to get rid of Power Up Red, and there's a lot of new cards with the UFO that we want to target more neutral spells. So Void Spell is pretty good, and we can also use it if we do not want to get 1st year anniversary celebrations, which is our next card. For those of you who don't know, what this card does is you nullify traits on all pages until the end of the next turn and deal 25 damage to anything. It could be caster, beastie, or I think even an artifact, because it doesn't say it cannot be an artifact. So this card's really good. If we're going against a spirit deck, this removes all spirit traits. It nullifies burrow, so they cannot burrow next turn, but they're still technically burrowed that turn, which sucks. But that's the only instance where this card isn't as good, but we run it for that. We run 1 Kinderhook, 1 Terraforming. I really like Terraforming because we could destroy, if we're going against Lightning, we could destroy Thunderstorm and then search for whatever Terra we need, so that's really, really good. Power Up Red is pretty standard. For those of you who don't know, it gives any of your monsters 100 life points and 100 damage on top of what they already have. That's why it's so good with Kinderhook, because you can get him, I think, to like 225, I think, or it's 200 and something. I haven't used him in forever, but he has this weird effect where his attack is his life points, so that's pretty cool. We use Infinity Power just so that we could get rid of Prism Auras or Neutrality Auras, so that's good for that, especially if you're going against a multicolored deck. We're running an extra Terraforming in case we need that removal. We're running 1 UFO. We are not doing it for the win con, but this beastie is pretty good. This beastie if this beastie touches 1 other cosmic beastie that has flying, you can use this ability. Oh, the other beastie gains flying, so that's what it does, which is pretty nice. So we can use this, put it on our Kinderhook, and give our Kinderhook flying, which is pretty nasty. And he has a win condition. We are not doing that win condition. And with his attack, you reveal a random page in target caster's hand, which would trigger the Crawfordsville monster effect, which is pretty nice. Next, we run Min in Black. He has a once per game effect, so let's read that. Once per game, you may have target opposing caster place all of their pages in their chapter to the bottom of their spellbook in any order they choose. Then that caster draws 4. So if your opponent has like 8 cards in your hand, you literally ditch all of their cards and make them draw 4, so this is pretty nasty. Next, we want to run one more Alverde entity so we can keep looping our Alverde entities and keep flatwoodsing and whatever we need to do. And next, we run one Black Knight satellite. On contract, you reveal the top 3 top pages from target opposing caster's spellbook. Discard one of the revealed pages and place the remaining pages on top of the spellbook in any order. And his attack is it lets him attack beasties with Burrow. So this is also another good card to get rid of Frost. And as always, the biggest combo you can do in this deck is hitting that like, subscribe, and commenting down below. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to get Zane to do combos because this isn't my deck, but it's his. But I can kind of see how it's playing, but just in case I miss something, I'll have him go more in depth with the combos so you guys can learn how to play this deck. And yeah, until next time, guys, peace.